Hi, this is Amanda with All Careers 101. Today we'll be looking at the top 10 highest paying engineering jobs ranked by 2021 median pay. If you find this video useful, please press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with others who may find it helpful too. Thanks, I really appreciate it. So here are the top 10 highest paying engineering jobs. Number 10, Environmental Engineer. The median annual wage for environmental engineers was $96,820, or $46.55 per hour in 2021. Environmental engineers use the principles of engineering, soil science, biology, and chemistry to develop solutions to environmental problems. They work to improve recycling, waste disposal, public health, water, and air pollution control. They also address global issues such as unsafe drinking water, climate change, and environmental sustainability. Environmental engineers held about 52,300 jobs in 2020. Employment of environmental engineers is projected to grow 4% from 2020 to 2030, slower than the average for all occupations. Despite limited employment growth, about 4,000 openings for environmental engineers are projected each year on average over the decade. Environmental engineers typically need a bachelor's degree in environmental engineering or a related field such as civil, chemical, or general engineering. Number 9, Mining or Geological Engineer. The median annual wage for mining and geological engineers was $97,090, or $46.68 per hour in 2021. Mining and geological engineers design mines to safely and efficiently remove minerals such as coal and metals for use in manufacturing and utilities. Mining and geological engineers held about 6,300 jobs in 2020. Employment of mining and geological engineers is projected to grow 4% from 2020 to 2030, slower than the average for all occupations. Despite limited employment growth, about 400 openings for mining and geological engineers are projected each year on average over the decade. Mining and geological engineers, including mining safety engineers, typically need a bachelor's degree in engineering to enter the occupation. Number 8, Biomedical Engineer. The median annual wage for bioengineers and biomedical engineers was $97,410, or $46.83 per hour in 2021. Bioengineers and biomedical engineers combine engineering principles with sciences to design and create equipment, devices, computer systems, and software. Bioengineers and biomedical engineers held about 19,300 jobs in 2020. Employment of bioengineers and biomedical engineers is projected to grow 6% from 2020 to 2030, about as fast as the average for all occupations. About 1,400 openings for bioengineers and biomedical engineers are projected each year on average over the decade. Bioengineers and biomedical engineers typically need a bachelor's degree in bioengineering, biomedical engineering, or a related engineering field. Some positions require a graduate degree. Number 7, Materials Engineer. The median annual wage for materials engineers was $98,300 per year, or $47.26 per hour in 2021. Materials engineers develop, process, and test materials used to create a range of products, from computer chips and aircraft wings to golf clubs and biomedical devices. They study the properties and structures of metals, ceramics, plastics, composites, nanomaterials, and other substances in order to create new materials that meet certain mechanical, electrical, and chemical requirements. They also help select materials for specific products and develop new ways to use existing materials. Materials engineers held about 25,100 jobs in 2020. Employment of materials engineers is projected to grow 8% from 2020 to 2030, about as fast as the average for all occupations. About 1,800 openings for materials engineers are projected each year on average over the decade. Materials engineers typically need a bachelor's degree in materials science and engineering or in a related engineering field. Completing internships and cooperative engineering programs while in school may be helpful for gaining hands-on experience. Number 6. Electrical engineer. The median annual wage for electrical engineers was $98,300 per year, or $47.26 per hour in 2021. Electrical engineers design, develop, test, and supervise the manufacture of electrical equipment such as electric motors, radar and navigation systems, communication systems, or power generation equipment. Electrical engineers also design the electrical systems of automobiles and aircraft. Electrical engineers held about 188,000 jobs in 2020. Overall employment of electrical engineers and electronics engineers is projected to grow 7% from 2020 to 2030, about as fast as the average for all occupations. About 22,700 openings for electrical and electronics engineers are projected each year on average over the decade. Electrical and electronics engineers must have a bachelor's degree. Employers also value practical experience such as internships or participation in cooperative engineering programs. Number 5. Chemical engineer. The median annual wage for chemical engineers was $105,550 per year, or $50.75 per hour in 2021. Chemical engineers apply the principles of chemistry, biology, physics, and math to solve problems that involve the production or use of chemicals, fuel, drugs, food, and many other products. They design processes and equipment for large-scale manufacturing, plan and test production methods and byproducts treatment, and direct facility operations. Chemical engineers held about 26,300 jobs in 2020. Employment of chemical engineers is projected to grow 9% from 2020 to 2030, about as fast as the average for all occupations. About 1,800 openings for chemical engineers are projected each year on average over the decade. Chemical engineers typically need a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering or a related field. Number 4. Nuclear engineer. The median annual wage for nuclear engineers was $120,380 per year, or $57.87 per hour in 2021. Nuclear engineers research and develop the processes, instruments, and systems used to derive benefits from nuclear energy and radiation. Many of these engineers find industrial and medical uses for radioactive materials, for example, in equipment used in medical diagnosis and treatment. Many others specialize in the development of nuclear power sources for ships or spacecraft. Nuclear engineers held about 17,200 jobs in 2020. Employment of nuclear engineers is projected to decline 8% from 2020 to 2030. Despite declining employment, about 900 openings for nuclear engineers are projected each year on average over the decade. Nuclear engineers must have a bachelor's degree in nuclear engineering or a related field of engineering. Number 3. Aerospace engineer. The median annual wage for aerospace engineers was $122,270 per year, or $58.78 per hour in 2021. Aerospace engineers design primarily aircraft, spacecraft, satellites, and missiles. In addition, they create and test prototypes to make sure that they function according to design. Aerospace engineers held about 61,400 jobs in 2020. Employment of aerospace engineers is projected to grow 8% from 2020 to 2030, about as fast as the average for all occupations. About 4,000 openings for aerospace engineers are projected each year on average over the decade. Aerospace engineers must have a bachelor's degree in aerospace engineering or another field of engineering or science related to aerospace systems. Number 2. Computer hardware engineer. The median annual wage for computer hardware engineers was $128,170 per year, or $61.62 per hour in 2021. Computer hardware engineers research, design, develop, and test computer systems and components such as processors, circuit boards, memory devices, networks, and routers. Computer hardware engineers held about 66,200 jobs in 2020. Employment of computer hardware engineers is projected to grow 2% from 2020 to 2030, slower than the average for all occupations. Despite limited employment growth, about 4,500 openings for computer hardware engineers are projected each year on average over the decade. Computer hardware engineers typically need a bachelor's degree from an accredited program. Number 1. Petroleum Engineer. The median annual wage for petroleum engineers was $130,850 per year, or $62.91 per hour in May of 2021. Petroleum engineers design and develop methods for extracting oil and gas from deposits below the Earth's surface. Petroleum engineers also find new ways to extract oil and gas from older wells. Petroleum engineers held about 28,500 jobs in 2020. Employment of petroleum engineers is projected to grow 8% from 2020 to 2030, about as fast as the average for all occupations. About 2,100 openings for petroleum engineers are projected each year on average over the decade. Petroleum engineers typically need a bachelor's degree in petroleum engineering or a related field, such as mechanical, civil, or chemical engineering. And here's a recap of the top 10 highest paying engineering jobs. Number 10, environmental engineering. Number 9, mining and geological engineering. Number 8, biomedical engineering. Number 7, materials engineering. Number 6, electrical engineering. Number 5, chemical engineering. Number 4, nuclear engineering. Number 3, aerospace engineering. Number 2, computer hardware engineering. And the number 1 highest paying engineering job is petroleum engineering. Thanks for watching. Please like and share this video with others who may find it helpful, and please subscribe to see more All Careers 101 videos. Thank you.